Hi, welcome to Tips and Tips Advice. All right, in this video today, I decided to try something new because I'm a firm believer in if you're doing something and it's not working out for you and you've been doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result, don't expect any change because that's called insanity. That's the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result, no matter whom it's with, no matter what it is you're doing. Because a lot of times we take these same habits, we'll go into from relationship 1 to relationship number 2, and the same exact behaviors, even though it's a different person, the same exact behaviors we did in the first one, we're repeating them in the second one, and the third one, and the fourth one, and we're wondering why these relationships aren't working, and we're, blaming them on, that person and what they did and how they are. But there's something in there that you are contributing to, and I think we all have to acknowledge that. But anyway, so not to venture off from this video, I'm trying something new as far as my makeup goes. Usually I always put my eyeshadow on after I've put on all my foundation, and I decided that to stop the insanity that I experienced yesterday and that I no longer want to experience, especially after all that hard work I did on my foundation and I felt it turned out really nicely. I ruined it with one stroke of the brush, just like that. It was a smoky bronze look. It was like fading from like this dark blackish smoky color all the way up, fading, and I got some black right here. That was it. It was done. It was over. I tried to fix it and it just didn't look right after that. So, in efforts of not wasting my time and my hard work, I am now going to train myself a new habit, which is put my eyeshadow on first. And I can easily wipe off my skin, clean it off, and then apply my makeup. So I'm not messing up my foundation, because that's a lot of hard work, ladies. And anyone who does sit down and does their makeup, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So here we go. I've already moisturized my skin, and I'm ready to go. And I'm about to test out this new 50-piece makeup artist palette by e.l.f. And I'm like super excited. Talked about it in the other video. Now I'm ready to sample it. So I'm going to start off with, I've already moisturized and primed my face. So right now I'm just going to grab a concealer brush and I'm going to apply my concealer. I'm just using what I always use, NYX eyeshadow base in Skin. I'm just using NYX palette, natural. Alright, and now I'm just going to use a spoolie to brush it out. And if you want to, you can also use a brush as well if you have one of these. Or you can clean off an old mascara brush, wash it off really well, and just use it. Why not? Because we get rid of that thing every 3 months anyway, so great way to have your own spoolie so you don't have to go and purchase one. But they're usually not in a lot of regular makeup. You need to say that, regular makeup kits. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. I know this is the first one I bought that it was in, so. Alright, so now I have that all nice and cleaned up. Let me go back in, and I'm actually going to use the same eyeshadow base. This is quite close to my skin color. We're just a little bit lighter. Pretty much you can use anything to clean up your eyebrows. You can use your makeup. Whatever your foundation is, you can use that. you know. And if you have more than one foundation, like say you might have one a little bit deeper, a little one lighter, you know, you can use the lighter one, or you can mix them both to come out with the correct color that you would like to use. Just create your own tone. And that is it for the eyebrow. So now we can move on. And it's just that shade there in the corner. Now the bronzer, I'm going to use the bronzer as well as the transitional color. Why not? This, you know, these are very, very pretty and a little bit deeper as far as my skin goes. So and feel free to just take your time, because one thing I learned about doing makeup is you can't rush it. Just like life, you know, you can't rush things. Sometimes some things just take a little bit longer than other things do, and if we try to rush it, we get not so pretty results. And I have to start back over, like putting on makeup. Alright, so let's move on to the next shade, which I like to go a little bit deeper. I have a this nice pretty shade right here, and I'm going to be switching up and using my pencil brush. All right, and now I'm going to go to the last color on the end, right there. It's a little bit more of a deeper chocolate color. And I usually like to do this because I like to figure out where my corner of my eye really stops. It just helps me to know where to trap the color and where to put the rest of the color in this area. That's why I love to do that. So corner of the eye meets right here. And then I'm going to use another color, something fluffy, to blend these colors, or at least the colors on the edges. You can always come back in with more color and correct. Same chocolate color, last color that we used. And then back to the bronzer color, so I can really make sure that there's enough on here. Now I'm just going to clean off this brush, the pencil brush. And then of course I just want to try to fade this color just a little bit more. And you could put more of the first color we used, that we were using in the brow area, just to make sure it's blending and it looks like it's fading, and not just, oh, brown met up with that and now it stopped. Okay. All right, moving on. Let's go ahead and change brushes. I'll change to something we can pat on. All right, for the middle lid, but I'm still going to also have this other pencil brush on hand to do the corners. That's what I normally like. All right, I think for this look, I'm gonna actually do a little bit of water. Spray it in my little canister. Dip my little brush. Just get the brush wet, but not soaking wet, because you don't want it to get too muddy and cakey and then it becomes a hot mess. All right. Use this pencil brush, and I'm gonna use this deep wine color right here. Right now, all I'm doing is just creating that little corner. And I did add some water to this, so it has intensified the color. And then I'm going to add a little bit of this color in the crease a little bit. color right next to it. I'm not wetting it. And now I'm going to go to this pretty little color right here. Okay? Alright, and then now I'm going to add a color for the inner color. So I'm just going to do something just different. I don't usually do like gold and stuff, but why not? So this little gold sparkly color is really, really pretty. It's like a gold slash copperish tone. I'm going to add a little bit of water. Just to intensify the color a bit. Now you see the difference. Put it back off, and I'm going to add back some of the lid color, the middle lid color I was using, just to properly make sure I'm fading this and this gold isn't coming like all the way in. But it's nice to have a natural fade, so and it's not just like, oh, it was mauve, oh, now it's just gold. So I like it to nicely transition in. So I'm just lightly powdering over. Alright, now I'm going to take that first pencil brush. Make sure you blend these harsh lines. And there's no makeup on this besides, you know, what was already in that area. And you want to, you can always pick that bronzer color that we were using before in that area, just to kind of warm it up a bit. And just use this fluffy brush and just run it over. So it still creates like a warm look. It's not just, you know, all the dark. It's always nice to get some other warm, natural tones back in. All depending on, you know, what your skin tone is. Alright, and then now I'm going to go to the bottom color, the bottom lid. Alright, and I'm just going to go back in with that purple color that I used in this corner here to show you it's not enough. There, and of course, start placing on the bottom. And then of course I'm just going to go back to the color that I used in the middle part of the lid here in this area. I'm going to put that down here as well. And now the other cool thing I like about this palette, because you can also sit things like this. Like right now I'm just sitting it up against the my baby wipes, but I have both palettes available for me to touch both of them at the same time, and I have to lift one up, put the other one back down, put the, you know what I mean? It's like you get to have both right there. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put on my eyeliner and mascara to finalize this look. And I think I might add just a little extra something fun. So we'll see you in 1 second. And usually when I'm doing the eyeliner, I usually like to follow, see how your eye has this natural path it's going to go? If you just follow your eye, you will easily know where you need to go. And I usually like to look down and try to get the wrinkles out of my eyes. So you see right now, I have the wrinkles in my fold. And if I pull my head back and look down, now the wrinkles are gone. So now I can smoothly draw on. And I'm leaning on my face with my pinky finger. See this? And I'm just, so I can have a way to stabilize. And then just draw across. And I'm just twirling in this. And you can do this step by step if you prefer. Like draw the line, fill in, draw some more line, fill in. And make sure you color near your lash line to make sure you're hiding all the eyeshadow. And when you're in this area, try to start as close to the inner part of your eye as possible so you're not coloring, making a line that's just too freaking thick. Okay? And then, man, you just have to take your time when you're doing your eyes. And yes, no two eyes look alike, so keep that in mind. So like I said, you follow the line. You always want to follow. Oh. Well, that ended up really thick, but it's okay because we'll correct that. Don't start at the end. Let's start a little bit further down so we can thin this out. All right, now let's fix this line. You see where my pinky's resting on my cheek. Like I said, try to start from the inside, a little bit under, not so much on the outside. So you're creating a thin line as possible. You're not overlapping, making a super thick line. And try to make sure you wipe off some of your brush so you don't have that same accident that I did on the end when I was first starting on this eye. And keep in mind, this whole time I'm still looking down so I can get rid of the wrinkles in my eyes. So that's also stopping me from pulling the skin. Rubbing the color and you're only, you're missing the inside of the wrinkles. You're not placing the color all over or creating a seamless one streak, a seamless line. All right, and so that's it for this eyeliner. And this is just the cream e.l.f. eyeliner in black. The one thing I do have to say about cream eyeliners is they dry up. So don't forget, sometimes you need to go back in and mix it. So maybe have like a toothpick or take a cotton off the end of a Q-tip and make sure, you mix this really, really well to get it back moist, because it usually dries up. That's the only thing I will say about that. All right, and then I'm just gonna go back in just to make sure with this the purple color that I had used in the crease before. I just want to make sure this is seamless make sure you don't get the eyeshadow on your eyeliner, but basically I'm trying to create this rounded look from the end of the eyeshadow, okay? And then you can go back in with that chocolate cocoa color and just run that over the edge so we can have a nice clean look. So now it's giving the illusion that it's faded out and I've barely done anything. Alright, and then let's move on to mascara. And this one I'll be using the NYX XXL. Usually for these types of looks, you can use eyeliner if you like to, put on the inside, maybe some gold or maybe some white or maybe some black, whatever you prefer. I've had to start to stay away from the eyeliner only because my eyes run a lot, and really I'm just doing my best to prevent it from running. So if anyone has any secrets on that, please let me know, because I've been trying to look up some and try different things and nothing exactly has worked yet. So just trying to get less makeup in my eye as possible. Alright, so now I'm going to move on to foundation. Anyway, thank you for watching, And that's pretty much it for this eyeshadow look. Bye, loves.